Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do resonate. If it does not, leave the parts that do not resonate, as those may be meant for someone else. All right, I'm going to get my energy oracle. We're going to look at what you may possibly be struggling with, what you may need to look at, and possible future energies. Then I'm going to use my Greenwich Tarot for clarification. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, the link is down below. Also, if this reading resonates with you, there will be a link down below for an extended. All right, what you may possibly be struggling with. Man holding a heart. Okay. Man holding a heart. Relationship challenges. What you may need to look at. Walking away. Ooh, big message here. Possible future energies. Feeling like this one here. The garden and the gate. All right, bottom of the deck, we have victory. What does victory represent to you in this situation? Does it represent walking away? Does it represent working it out? Does it represent putting some boundaries around you? Right? What does that represent to you? All right, so what you may possibly be struggling with is the relationship issues, right? Something going on here with a relationship. Is there somebody coming in, you know, that they're offering their heart to you, but you're not really sure? Is it a current relationship where you're struggling within that relationship? What you may need to look at is walking away. Do you need to walk away? So we have this gate here, right? But then we also have this gate here. Sometimes there are people in our lives that we want to have in our relationship, but we realize we can't be as close to them as we used to be because we have to set those boundaries, right? Because when I was looking at this gate, I was thinking boundaries. So I feel that is there a relationship that you want to keep having the relationship, but you have to set some boundaries on that relationship. All right, so man holding a heart. Page of Swords. Page of Swords. Star could be Aquarius. Three of Pentacles. I feel like it's a situation that you have been ignoring for a while, and that sometimes when we have those situations, especially when it comes to relationships and people, it's like we just don't want to deal with it because we know that it can blow up and can become something bigger. I feel that it's a difficult situation for you. I feel like you've kind of lost hope, you lost direction, you're not really sure what to do, and that you haven't been putting the work in. I'm kind of also feeling, is there a relationship where you've lost that excitement or that spark? Sometimes we have those relationships that it's not them, it's us. And that we've lost that interest, we've lost that connection. You know, sometimes we can be with someone for a while, or we can have that friend or that partner, and we're really excited for a while, and then all of a sudden we lose that spark, we lose that excitement, we lose that connection, like that person is not doing it for us, you know, like they used to. We just kind of lose that connection, and sometimes that happens. I feel like you don't want to work on the relationship anymore. I feel like you're starting to have negative thoughts, that you're losing that direction, that you're kind of losing that hope for the relationship. Whether it's on their part or your part, I'm not really sure, because this is a kind of a general reading, so I'm just trying to give all the different options. Walking away. I feel like you're thinking about that. That's so funny. That's the Holly King, which is the Hermit. What do you need to look at? Do you want to walk away, right? But with this here, we have the Holly King, and then he's walking away here, but there's someone in the house that's looking out the window and is waiting for them. I feel like that's what you're going back and forth with, is do you want to walk away? Do you want to stay? But in order to find that answer, right, in order to find your happiness, in order to find the solution, you have to look within, and what do you truly feel? You have to be realistic with what do you really feel about this person? What do you really feel about this relationship? Do you want to walk away? Do you want to work it out? What is your Nine of Cups? What does that represent to you? Is it this relationship? But a Nine of Cups also, I feel like it's those wishes and those dreams, but I also feel that it's the emotional fulfillment. And in this Nine of Cups, she has the crystal ball, but she sees her own reflection here. But I feel, again, that's being in touch with what does that Nine of Cups represent to you? What does that mean to you? Is it staying in this relationship? Is it working through this relationship? Is it walking away from this relationship? You have some big choices that you have to think about, that you have to work on. This is something that's going to take you some time. We have the world tree, which is the world, but we have the 4 seasons here. We have the sun, the fall, the summer, the fall, the winter, and the spring, but we have the snake here, which represents that wisdom. And I feel like it's learning from your past relationships, that I feel like you've gotten to this point before in other relationships. And what is it that you did in the past? Did you hang in there but you weren't happy and you feel like you wasted time? Or did you walk away and you wished you had tried to work through it, right? I just feel like that's something that you have to look at, but it's also something that's going to take you some time. Again, with this future energies, we have the garden and the gate, but I feel like it's, do you have to set those boundaries, right? Do you have to set some boundaries? That you want to keep the relationship, but you have to kind of set those boundaries and keep that person at a distance? Or is it just like a temporarily, you need some time to yourself, right? It's almost like you go into the garden and you close the gate. But I feel like it's, again, with this Hermit card, that you need some time to yourself to think and really decide what it is that you want to do, because I feel like you don't have that clarity. I feel like you may be confused, but sometimes if we have that other person around us, that we don't have that time to be true to our feelings. 2 of Pentacles, finding a balance within this relationship. 8 of Pentacles, I feel like something has to change within this relationship in order for you to want to work through it, that something has to change. King of Wands, that's kind of what I was feeling over here when I saw this snake here. The King of Wands is somebody who I feel is very wise, and he looks at the past and to see, okay, what did I do in the past? How did that turn out? And learn from that. Learning from those past decisions that you made, those things that you did in the past in order to make your decisions moving forward. Are you in a relationship pattern? Sometimes we get in those relationship patterns where we keep doing the same thing, and relationships get to a certain point and then all of a sudden they fizzle out. But then we keep doing it again and again and again. Do you need time to yourself, right? Sometimes we need that time to be single. We need to be alone because we need to work on ourselves. Have you worked on yourself? Or sometimes we always get ourselves into new relationships so that we don't have to deal with things on our own, right? That we don't have to look at those. They were like, oh, I'm just going to get into another relationship so I don't really have to process what happened or what went on, or I don't really want to have that time to myself to think. All right, so let me grab the Wisdom Oracle and let's get a final message. Big choices and big decisions here for you. There's a lot going on, but it has to do with this relationship. Did you lose interest? Did they lose interest? All right, we have Blessed. I saw that one. We have Fork in the Road. Definitely, that's you. Is this fork in the road? Which direction do you want to go in? Which way? And then we have a change in the wind. I feel that there's big change coming in for you. That there's big, this one wants to come out too, Thinker. And I feel that goes back to the Holly King and the Hermit. Lots for you to think about here. You're at a crossroads. There's a fork in the road. Which direction do you go on? But I feel like don't rush into anything, right? Don't rush into anything. Take that time to think about what do you truly want. If you need that time to yourself to sort that out, then take that time to yourself. Tell that person and say, hey, I need some time to myself. Right? I need to figure out what it is that I want, or where I want to go, or where I see this relationship going. I need some time to think. If that person doesn't let you have that time, that kind of shows you something. If that person does let you have that time, that also shows you something else. So that's definitely something for you to think about, to look over the past, this relationship that you had with this person, to look over the past of this relationship. Was it more positive? Was it more negative? Was it a partnership, right? What does that relationship represent to you? All right. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into this, get some more messages here. The link will be down below. As always, thank you so much for watching. Stay positive and stay safe, and I'll see you next time.